Testing, testing, testing. Let me know that you can hear me. Hey there, besties. It's late. I don't even know what time it is really because I don't know where I'm at, and I don't really know what the time is. But I know it's later on what is today? Tuesday night, right? And I definitely was not planning on coming back on here. But I ain't got nothing but time because I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Shout out to y'all that got to work or you are working. We see you. Keep doing what you got to do. Just came back from dinner about an hour and a half ago and I'm just tired. I'm getting ready to take a shower after this and then I'm going to bed. It's tired. There'll be a whole full day in Bahamas Bimini Beach tomorrow. So I am excited about that. But as I'm sitting here on the balcony perusing YouTube, I have seen some things today, y'all. I have seen some things. And I thought that we was moving away, honestly, in reality was setting in with regard to Carmelo Anthony. But you know what I feel like the problem is that both sets of parents won't shut the entire fuck up. I have to be honest. I think the problem is that each keeps talking and both sides sound crazy at this point. Both of them. Okay, so Jeff Metcalf is racist. That should be no surprise to anyone. That should be absolutely no surprise to anyone. Then I don't even know what you want to call Carmelo's mom and dad. Just aloof. I don't know. No accountability. Typical. I don't know what the hell you want to call it. Delusional. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it. But they don't want to accept reality. Like nobody wants to accept reality. It's like nobody wants to accept reality. And then they have a reason to say that they're not going to accept it because of how they feel about the whole damn situation. Either you're on this side and you say the white boys were harassing and threatening and beating up Karmelo, or you black, and you're supposed to believe. Now, this is where the problem lies. You are supposed to, required, expected to side with Karmelo that he did what he had to do. So if you don't support that, because I just was listening to a content creator who shall remain nameless. There's a content creator that's saying that it's black men's fault. Of course. Yo, the sky is blue. It's y'all's fault. It's dark right now. It's y'all's fault. I just almost tripped a second ago. It's y'all's fault. To make this stretch from the crack of your ass to say any black man that does not believe Karmelo, there's something wrong with you and you need to go get help. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? This is the community, y'all. This is the freaking community. Delusional at all times and all fucking levels. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing for people that allegedly look like you and me. Shout out to everybody that is here. I'm talking this colored conversation though. That look like you and me. That's blaming Sassy Straits as per usual for anything and everything that goes wrong in said community. I don't know how this even comes. So I was just listening to somebody say that this is black men's fault for what's going on with Karmelo, if you can believe it. And saying that anybody that does not believe in Karmelo is basically a traitor to the race. And you need a lobotomy. And not lobotomy, because that's what we say. And that you need help. And that there's something wrong with you with all this evidence. And I'm like, what the fuck evidence is there? What is this evidence of this videotape? And I'm like, if everybody got this videotape and everybody synced this videotape, why the hell didn't they send it to the fucking lawyer so that he could use it when it was needed? Somebody has allegedly recorded the incident with their meta glasses that can record or some mess like that, child. I'm not even well versed with that shit. But someone allegedly had meta glasses that took the video, and the video is now out there. And all these content creators are saying, oh, there's video. I didn't see the video. It's video. I didn't see the video. And then in my head, I'm like, well, why didn't y'all send it to the lawyer? Why don't y'all send it to the new lawyer? Because allegedly Carmelo has a new lawyer. No, everybody's just talking about the video that they seen on the internet. And I'm like, and people are believing this, y'all. Like, if you think that you have something that can get that kid out of jail, then why are y'all just talking about it on the damn internet? And why are people believing it? What the fuck is wrong? What is going on? What is going on? And so the cherry on top is the fact that this is you Sassy Straight's fault. Now wait a GD Bennett. What on God's green earth do black men have to do with this outside of that child's father? They ain't even giving him the smoke. It's y'all's fault. This is the problem. You do not believe in the race. That includes women too. But mainly, of course, the focus is y'all. It's a male cell. It's a male. It's your fault. It's all excuse me, it's always your fault and your responsibility. And if you don't go along with this crazy ass narrative from these crazy ass people, then that means there's something wrong with you. And I'm seeing quite a few, y'all. I am seeing quite a few. And it is, if I can be honest, mostly black men that are saying this shit. Black males that are going in, that are saying, how could you? And you're a traitor. And he innocent. He saved somebody's life. Okay. I produce life. So we even, right? I produce life twice. Okay. What are we saying? I mean, it's great that, he did a good deed. There's nothing wrong with that. So basically that absolves anything else. And because Jeff Metcalf is a racist, which I've said, how many times have I said, just assume all white people are racist, y'all covered. Now what you gonna do? So now that Jeff is out here running off at the damn mouth and he can't shut the fuck up, that all of a sudden proves that it was self-defense. What a fucking leap. How does that equate? Somebody tell me. How does that equate that because Jeff Metcalf is a racist, then that means that Karmelo was justified in taking out his kid? Bueller, can someone help me understand? Can someone explain to me? I'm just a little bit confused how one has anything to do with the other. Just like the fact that Karmelo saved somebody's life and the person whoever he saved was white. So that shows and proves that he's not racist. So then that means that he should get a pass for the actual white person that he took on up out of here because of the fact that he saved another white person's life. Y'all, I don't understand. What the fuck is wrong with you Negroes? What the fuck is wrong with black people, y'all? I am confused. That's being nice. I am fucking just... my mouth is dropped open like, what the fuck? These are allegedly normal people. Allegedly, these are grown people that have girlfriends and wives and relationships and kids and producing the world. And this is who's roaming the earth right now. I thought I had to be worried about the people that had the wild ass hair. Clearly, I got to be worried about all of y'all. Now, I know some of the ignorants are going to hear that and say, because you're a white supremacist and you love white people. I don't like none of y'all. Okay? Not y'all. You know what I'm saying. I don't like anybody. Let's be perfectly honest. And that's not new news. I don't like anybody because I trust no one. That's a tough place to be sometimes. But let me tell you something. Given what I'm seeing right now, what I'm hearing right now, I've been doing the right thing. I've been doing the right thing. Because I just don't understand how... I know everything is you all's fault. I know. But to reach out of the crack of these people's asses to come up with this bullshit when there's no smoke for Karmelo's mother, there's no smoke for Karmelo's father, a whole ass intact family, which is being used as a reason why he should be out of jail because he has a 2-parent family. If you can believe that, y'all. He should be out of jail because his mom and dad are together and he lived with them and he had an intact family. And he's got brothers and sisters, I think. So he should be out of jail. Forget the dead kid, child. Forget the dead kid, yeah. That doesn't matter. It's racist in Texas. That's what's important. There's racism nowhere else. It's just in Texas, okay? All of this is just racism. That's it. So he should be free. And at this point, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, for those that know or anybody that is in Texas, if the appeal is approved, it doesn't mean that there's a whole new case. It just means that they're going to review what happened in that case. And it doesn't mean that he gets a whole new trial. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're looking to see if anything was not done correctly in the trial that already happened. These people just think that I'm hearing people say he get a whole new trial. There's all this evidence. We seen it. There's people who are actually listening to that man that came out the first time, talking about all the stuff that he saw, with regard to the tape inside the courtroom, which we know was a lie. And so any evidence from what we heard with regard to what happened at the actual trial doesn't matter, y'all. It's what's going on out here on the damn internet that matters. And if you're not listening to these people on the internet, then that means that there's something wrong with you. I'm just flabbergasted. I'm just thoroughly and utterly flabbergasted. Let me show you this video from Ruined Leon. Shout out to Ruined Leon, child, because I'm just confused. I'm just thoroughly confused. I don't understand. Does the community need a win so badly that they're just going to concoct any old thing to try to get one? Like when I say that everything is y'all's fault, you know I'm being facetious, but these people really think that everything is y'all's fault. There always has to be a fall guy. There always has to be somebody to blame. Instead of making the person who actually did the thing be responsible for what they did, take responsibility, accountability, learn a lesson, do better. There's just none of that. Do you hear me? There's absolutely none of that. It's just making an excuse because of somebody else. Make an excuse for whatever your strange ass reason is, but the actual person that needs to accept accountability gets absolved because they're black. I can't. Let me play this video from Ruined Leon. It says Carmelo Anthony supporters were threatened not to release. I think it's the tape is the rest of that title.
Let's talk about me. I use my platform for good. And I'm not gonna take no reply. It's time for me to do a little more than make videos. Now, I'm going to delay content about Carmelo Anthony because I feel like there's a lot of content creators. There's a lot of journalists. There's a lot of people who cover the story and they're keeping us updated. They're very informative. Shout out to Secret Service because he's doing the damn thing. And if y'all don't know who he is, this is his picture. Y'all go follow him if y'all want to keep up with the Carmelo Anthony story. I feel like it's so much information that I don't really need to put out more videos because my videos are really not informational. My videos are more, and I gotta admit, attacking and calling people out and really saying what some of us don't want to say or afraid to say. So I have done that due diligence. Now it's time for me to really step. Okay, I could talk the game, but if I ain't part of the game, what the talking? And a lot of y'all didn't call me out about it, and I'm the wrong person to call out. I already have my plan in state. I'm just waiting for them. And with that being said, I'm not at all moving on from Carmelo Anthony's story because this is a problem. We get mad, but we don't stay mad. We talk about a story, then when the dust settles, we move on to something else. This is no need to be moved on from. We got to keep on talking. We got to keep on fighting. We got to keep on getting word out. But it's time I take my level. What I'm going to do next, I don't know. I don't know. But this.
What do you mean you don't know what you're going to do next? Then what are you doing? We got to stay mad. We got to keep talking. We got to get for what? For what? What are you talking about? If you have nothing more to offer to the conversation, why are you still talking about this? Because you want to be mad? Be mad, but y'all, shout out to Severe Smoke and Talk podcast. Thank you, boo. He says, sorry I'm late to the party, Messy. What we doing? We are showing and proving why what happened to Carmelo is your fault. What's going on with Carmelo right now is your fault, black man. Any black man that hears me, I was just listening to a content creator say that this is y'all's fault. Again. Okay? You don't do anything right. Everything is your fault. The people who actually did the thing, they're never responsible. It's always y'all, especially if it's a woman. And this is, like I said, this is not, I haven't seen too many women. I've seen some women. It's mostly men, especially when these panels. So I see you on your panels. I be listening in. The amount of people that be talking about, if somebody touch me, if somebody look at me, if I do this, if they do that, I'm going to go ahead. And I'm like, do y'all realize that these kids can hear you? Do you realize that you're saying that you're advocating death at the hands of you? And then you think what, you going to walk away? You think you going home after that? You think you going to chill when it's done? You think you going to go back to podcasting? You think you going home? You think you're going to work? If it's so fucking racist, then why do you think it makes sense for you to say, then you're going to go ahead and do it because you're going to show them, huh? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show y'all. You're not going to tell me what to do. I don't know who you think you are telling me, asking me what I'm doing here. And then to say, walk away. Child, do you know how many times that somebody has said something to me, I look at them like they're the fucking plague and walk the fuck away? Plenty of times. Not because it was going to be a fight or anything like that, but because I look at them like, I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to without having to say that. How many times do I say, I don't have to answer to nobody? Because if you're not financing me, you ain't fucking me. I'm a little bit unsure as to why you think you have a say into my life. People are fucking wilding, y'all. And this is the colored community, okay? This is not even white people or Asians or anybody else. Just imagine saying, I've heard these words. Cell has had so many panels. I swear, I think you've been on every day. And I hate panels, no shade. But I be listening. And I'm like, are these people, these are grown men, y'all. These are not Z's. These are not even YNs. These are grown adult ass men saying this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and defend myself and I'm going to do what I got to do. Well, what the fuck does that mean? So you're going to ruin your life and ruin your kids' life and ruin your family's life and ruin your marriage life and lose your home potentially, your income and everything, just because you don't want to look at as being a punk to an alleged racist? With the reason, again, that I brought that Bill Cosby video up from back in the day is to show and prove how long this has been talked about, which has been well before Bill damn Cosby, but he was trying to say something back then. Gentlemen, black men, get yourselves together, talk properly, dress properly. You know it was, you just want people to act right. Don't nobody listen to you. We ain't got to do that. That's not what we do. You old. Don't nobody ever want to listen to anybody. That's why I'm like, y'all can say that everything is about racism. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Y'all can say everything is about racism. I'm not saying that racism don't play a part. But I tell you what, more times than not, it's your fucked up way of thinking and the people that you choose to listen to and the places that you choose to, or the ways you allegedly resolve stuff is what the real issue is. And if you're sitting around, in my opinion, saying that it is okay to go out here and red rum people because they happen to touch you, or maybe they step on your shoe. Remember that shit from fucking Do the Right Thing? And which the white man stepped on Bugging Out sneaker. I think it was Bugging Out, and they bugged out, but they didn't go and kill nobody. Like that doesn't even make any sense. Child, enough of you colors are regressing. Enough of you men, okay? Let me rephrase. Some of these men that I'm listening to ain't much better than the bitches that y'all been complaining about ever since I've been up here on this daggone internet. If y'all are not the same, you are very, very similar. And you already know that the race hustlers is hustling and racing. Willie D, Jasmine Crockett, allegedly Rolly, I haven't heard from him. DL, and hell, enough male content creators up here on this damn YouTube. I am flabbergasted. I am flummoxed. Thank you, Dre. He said, thank you, going back to podcasting. This is wild, y'all. This is freaking wild. Come on, Leon.
Know one thing, I will be working. Y'all just want to see me make a video. Maybe in the next couple of days, I might have a video. But for right now, let the people do their work. Let the people do their job, and they give me y'all the information that y'all need about Carmelo Anthony.
No one's going to believe me, but I feel as though I've had the most controversial take as it regards to Carmelo Anthony. And that controversial take is the same take I've had for months, if not years, when it comes to ongoing developments in stories that take time to reach a conclusion, which is wait for more information. And if you have something, it'd be best to verify it before you go to social media, because you can run the risk of being right and no one cares because you ended up being right, or you could run the risk of being wrong and sounding stupid in the long run when it pertains to information that people claim to care about. And there has been no greater example in recent memory than the Carmelo Anthony supporters who, as we've talked about in previous videos, have come out after the fact and started talking about all of this different information that nobody knew about until guilty was the verdict we all saw.
Hello. Now, all of a sudden, there's all this information. There's all this proof. There's all these videos. Where the hell was this shit during the trial? Where the hell was this shit from the year that this happened until the trial came up? So y'all just wanted to keep it and look at it for yourselves? So y'all just wanted to keep it on your daggone fireplace as a memory? So y'all just wanted to wait and to see, if he become guilty, then we'll bring it out. But if he innocent, then we ain't got to worry about it. Come on now. How much sense does that make? So now there's all this alleged evidence, and people are sitting on it, or it's on Twitter, because that's a great place to get information from. Real concrete information that should be allegedly in a courtroom, in a courthouse. But y'all put it on Twitter because that makes sense, or Snapchat, or Instagram, or even the tube. Because I did see some video that somebody put up. I don't forget who it was. And I looked at it and I said, what is this showing? Like, it shows absolutely nothing. But if somebody like Willie D says, yeah, this shows that they ganged up on Carmelo and they pushed him and he fell. Now 4 people came and pushed him and he fell. Child, Dre, I appreciate you, honey. Said, I'm not mad that grown men want to crash out. It may be a good thing. I'm mad that they're telling these young boys about laws they never read and advocating that they crash out too. That's my whole point with it. It's like, do y'all not realize that these young men are listening to you? Young people are listening to you. It really is interesting. If you have kids, and you've seen them grow up to be at least 18 from the time of the beginning, and you was there the whole time till they was 18. It's interesting how they will catch on to words like when you curse. They know how to say those words real quick. But you got a time when it's time to teach them how to say please and thank you. But say fuck or shit. They're going to repeat that real quick. How do they know? It's very interesting how that works. But when it's like, please, say thank you, say please, you got to go over that over and over and over again. But say shit one time, they got it like that. So people think that these young minors, I'm gonna just call them minors, that they not sitting up here listening. And it's not like we don't already have an issue with people out here taking people out like they playing GTA. That's why we say GTA. Because people seem to think that you just get unlimited amount of lives and your ass just comes back. But yeah, just keep on saying whatever you want, act like they not listening, act like they not paying attention. And then when they go out here and do something, they just gonna turn around and say self-defense. And like I think Dre just said, each state is different. Each state is freaking different. What you can do, what you can't do here, don't mean you can do it there, and you can't do it over here or over there. But no one seems to want to make that differentiation either, because all them people on Cell's panel, they all live in different places in different states. Do you think that they all know their laws in their particular state? Do you think that they went and took the time to look into it? Like I always say, I tell you what I know and tell you what I don't know. While I don't know a stand your ground law or any of that self-defense, I'm not interested. But I do know that if you hold a weapon and you show it, you better be prepared to use it. And if not, your ass in trouble at the end of the day. There better be a good reason for it, because you're responsible for everything that happens thereafter. You think they saying that? I ain't heard none of that. All I heard is a bunch of bravado. Ain't no white man gonna tell me. Ain't no white man gonna tell me. 15 minutes later, these niggas will probably be up on a panel talking about, I can get any woman I want. I ain't got to worry about these black women. I'll take a white woman. Now, wait a damn minute. Ain't y'all the ones that be talking about if you get, not y'all, but people be talking about the fact if you get with a daggone white woman, all she got to do is say that you did something to her. If you don't get the right white woman, then your ass be going to jail. Like, I'm just confused. Make something make sense around here. Nothing makes any fucking sense at this point. I can't do it. I can't do it. Thank you, Dre. Shout out to Clue. I appreciate you. He said, Carmelo is in jail because of you, Messi. Why didn't you save him? That probably will be next, boo. That probably will be next. It will be my fault because I don't even know why. Just pull a gerbil out of the ass at this point.
All on the news. And I stand by what I said in that wouldn't Karmelo benefit from having a little bit of help from getting the word out about different videos and the corrupt courts and systems in that court playing different videos for a jury? Wouldn't he have needed that help during the trial instead of after the trial? I don't want to hear about Jeff Metcalf upping you out of a seat. I want to hear about potential tampering in the court system that puts a 19-year-old behind bars for 35 years. But no, we had to wait until after because these stupid motherfuckers were dependent on everybody just hoping that a story was believed.
Hello, exactly. So this is why I'm calling bullshit. And let me tell you something. If somebody actually did have a piece of evidence and they didn't bring it forward, that's the person that people should be mad at and have vitriol for and should be saying, motherfucker, if you had this shit, then why the hell didn't you bring it forward? Who is the originator of this alleged meta glasses thing? Why are y'all not going after that person and blaming that person? Because that's the person that you need to be blaming. That's the person that you need to be blaming because they didn't bring the information to the damn court or the defense lawyer at minimum. So actually, that's the person that's the issue. If there's really a person, of course. If this is really a thing, of course. Of which I don't believe so. Because if it is, then that shows and proves how dumb a lot of UMFers are. And I said that and I meant that. Because how much sense does it make to have evidence and you don't bring it forward? Bueller? But yeah, continue to blame racist white people, but not a dumb person, whoever it is, that allegedly has a video of this shit and didn't bring it forward to the damn lawyer at minimum. The defense lawyer, I mean, at minimum. Nope. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But now that it's all done, and over with, and he's in for 35, 17 and a half at minimum. Now everybody got all this evidence to get him out of jail. These people just, the way that the mind is delusional, y'all should be using these damn brains to come up with movies and shit, and you would be rich. Help Tyler Perry or something, child. This could be like a Matrix Part 15 if there's such a thing. I'm confused. I'm just so confused.
Instead of paying attention to what was going on in court developments. And it's led to now random people coming out of the woodwork saying that we have the video and it's in the hands of one of the Carmelo Anthony supporters who may have been a double agent, who may have recorded it all to sabotage Carmelo, who was there, who also recorded it on Meta glasses.
Service Sam here with an update. Now, people are alleging that Tiffany Billions saw the video and that she recorded it on her glasses, her Meta glasses. Now,
who the fuck is Tiffany Billions? Yo, this man out here, and of course, now all of a sudden, black people want to trust a white man, right? Okay, whatever. So you want to listen to this man talk about Tiffany Billions. Now, do that sound like a real name, Bueller? So Tiffany Billions out here recorded something on her Meta glasses, and that grown ass man who look older than me is sitting up here acting like he believe in this shit. And people that follow him, which is probably a lot of damn people, because these people just be believing in conspiracy theories, just said, yeah, I'm gonna record it. And I heard everything going on for the whole ass year, but now all of a sudden I ain't got nothing to say. And y'all believing, not y'all, believing in a person called Tiffany Billions. Child, if I got to go, child. I'm not coming back from the Caribbean. I'm staying down here because this is, Americans are out of their fucking minds.
I'm not sure, I cannot verify this, but here is a little bit of the video that she has, and people are saying that she was acting allegedly like she was on the Carmelo Anthony side, but some people are alleging that she might have been paid to sabotage parts of this case. Now, I cannot verify this, but all I have to say is if she does have the video, she needs to come forward and release it. So now the question comes,
why would Tiffany Billions, my God, I don't know what this means, Prince. Messy, she's the one that made up the pool party story. I don't know what that is. What pool party story, boo? There's too much. I thought this stuff was ramping down, yeah. I honestly thought this stuff was ramping down. But sitting up here listening to a content creator right here on this here tube say that this is black men's fault just has absolutely just, I had to get on here. I had to get on here. I'm tired as F. Stuff like like a fucking turkey. And now I'm on here with y'all because I got to see stupid ass MFers sit up here and take this Karmelo case and find a way to blame black men. And if y'all don't believe Karmelo and believe these stories, then there's something wrong with y'all and you're not really black and you need to be excommunicated from the community and you a sellout. Like all this. Like, how did we get here? No smoke for the father, no smoke for the mother. Hell, at this point, they just said all white people, now all of a sudden all white people are racist, so they really don't care about Jeff. Now that Jeff is out here running off at the mouth, he probably need to shut the fuck up, even though it's too late now. Oh no, they actually said that Jeff allegedly had a grape charge, allegedly. That's what that nigga said. Yeah, it was a dude. That's what that nigga said. And said that he beat some woman, allegedly, like all this shit. And one, I'm like, first of all, is this shit true because you're liable? That's libel, right? Two, what the fuck does any of this have to do with those two minors at the time? Nothing. But make sure you come out here and disparage every single man. And that's a LTM, mind you, y'all. This is why LTMs are your enemy. Not that you don't already know that. Yeah, I'm saying this shit now because I'm tired of it. You already know that enough ABCDs are an issue. But then you got to worry about the LTMs because they just going to go along with whatever the bitches said because you know that's where this came from and you know that's where it started. And that's why that LTM is saying this shit because he's a bitch ass anyway, right? So now you want to sit up here and just like Funky Dineva, honestly, a black man blaming black men, but you a black man, but you absolve yourself. Don't you love it to say that if you don't believe this story, then there's something wrong with you and you ain't really black. Ashy Foot in the building. Thank you, honey. Said, yes, Michonne in chat. Tiffany Billions does work for the Ashy Army. She will release the video in exchange for citizenship. We don't want her. Keep it. We don't want her. Have the mellows or the mellows. Have child, what are their names? Carmelo's parents paid for it, child. They got money. If they raised $800,000 after the verdict, they have money. They should be paying for it. Why are they not involved? How come no one is reaching out to them? How come nobody thinks about this? If somebody has something, the least they can do, especially given that I've seen that they're looking for volunteers and people to help them with Carmelo's defense, and they're putting some program together or something, whatever it is that they want all these people to volunteer. So this is definitely your next George Floyd, y'all. I'm telling you, this is your next George Floyd. Dre, thank you again. He said Carmelo parents are dumber than Carly Russell's parents. Remember that case? We will never forget Carly Russell. Shout out to that baby that's missing. But yeah, we will never forget that story. And what did she get? A slap on the wrist, and they was giving her a fucking pass and excuse, even though she lied and all those resources. Oh, she just made a mistake. Well, you know, at the end of the day, I guess we can say she made a mistake because she didn't kill anyone. But at the same time, she sounds a bit crazy. Do you think that they made her get some help? Not the judge. I'm talking about her parents. You think they made her see a psychologist, a psychiatric, whatever they're called? Like, she needs to see all of them. In my opinion, she needs to see all of them. But child, Tiffany Billions, these people on TikTok and Snapchat are listening to somebody named Tiffany Billions.
Does she actually have the rest of this footage? Somebody needs to release this footage so the public is able to see for themselves what actually happened on that day. I will always expose the truth behind the headlines, on the front lines. Secret Service, Sam Out Samson for president of the world.
But I need you to remember that this is all coming under the basis of speculation with nothing being verified. So people are just throwing things at the wall, hoping that it sticks. And by the way, the video that these people shows nothing. I have been told for days now that this video that everybody else saw was clear and you could see what's going on. Why did our Secret Serviceman bother to post this and not realize that what he's showing is next to nothing? Like, you can sit there and say allegedly all you want, but wouldn't it be better to just sit on this and not show it so that you don't look like a motherfucker just spreading misinformation? You're throwing all of the ire and the criticism to one individual under the rumor that this person may have it. This person may have sat there and disguised their recording under meta glasses. This person may have sat there and colluded to betray Carmelo Anthony. You're throwing a lot of accusations at somebody who, last I checked, was one of the loudest online supporters for Carmelo Anthony. You're throwing a lot of fire at someone who might have been doing the right thing, who may have been doing the wrong thing. Who knows? All I know is a guy is being championed as getting to the news and spreading the news proper when it's now twice he's provided unsubstantiated claims that turned out to be bull. And the fact that, as I'm recording this, those unverified claims are still up with no real dedication in being truthful and saying sorry about how he's just spreading bullshit, it leads me to believe there's more to being viewed as correct than actually being correct. Now we're going to circle back to the video I made a couple days ago about the guy who's gone viral for telling a story that everybody just magically believes. He's done an interview where now he's saying more and adding more detail to this.
And so at this point, they are sitting there. Austin actually pushes Carmelo, and he pushes him so hard until he falls back and hit the bleachers. Now, in courtroom testimony, they said that he actually fell in the lap of another kid, but there was no other kid sitting behind Carmelo. So there's that. And so he did hit his head. He came back up, and once he hit his head and came back up, then you seen Austin.
Don't mean to cut you off. I do want to say this.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that we learned about Carmelo is that he suffered from seizures.
He did.
So you throw somebody and they hit their head, he could have lost his life.
He could have.
He had.
Child, this person, Lord help your people. Girl, you done already reached 100,000. What more do you want? Oh yeah, the grift is real. So let's just go ahead and bring this non-verified nigga up on here and then try to say, Carmelo has seizures. You motherfuckers didn't know this before he went to prison. Now all of a sudden, this could have happened. This could have happened. Well, child, lightning could have struck too. All this coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But they just running with it because this is what the colors do. And if you don't do this, then you're a problem, black men. And again, I'm sure I'm included, but they specifically said, this is y'all's fault. You should be supporting. You should be doing something. You should be giving money because y'all are supposed to resolve every damn thing when the time comes and when they call on y'all's asses. That's what you're supposed to do. You are required to do whatever the community wants you to do whenever they want you to do it. But when you have something that you want, you can fucking forget it. You heard? You get nothing unless they decide that they want you to have it. So now, if you're not interested in helping and you're not interested in these dumbass narratives from these dumbass people like this heifer, that man, and Tiffany fucking Billions, whoever the fuck that is, where they have no proof of anything, they're offering absolutely nothing, they're giving absolutely nothing to the damn lawyers, they're doing nothing to help the daggone lawyers, but everybody's supposed to believe? Those of us with common fucking sense do not believe people's fucking delusion because they feel like they want something to be true. That doesn't make it true because you feel like you want it to be true. Or this is more times than not what it is that they just want to keep this going for the views, the clicks, and the fucking views. That's mainly what it is. That's mainly what it is. I'm telling you. These people don't even, this, calm down. This situation with some of these alleged adults, these are not, I can't even put none of this on Generation Z. And you know, I love to blame them for so much, right? There are so many adults, unfortunately, it's seemingly in upper millennials and Generation X that are out here blatantly lying and telling falsehoods and making shit up and going along with shit that's not true for the likes, the clicks, and the views. There's no way that they actually believe this shit. There's no way that they actually believe this shit. And there's people that just believe in the cup. So whatever the cup says, then that's what it has to be. So you got to go along with the get along. You actually, that's what these people are doing. You can't tell me nothing different. You can't tell me anything different. And the fact that this is taken on and just is going like wildfire is just crazy to see. That's all I got. They're actually going to platform this man who has no proof of anything, and everything that he's saying is nothing that anybody that was in that courtroom said they saw or reported on. But people are just going to listen to him because, you know, he black, we black, they black, everybody black. You got to believe him. And gentlemen win. And if you don't, then you are the problem. And if you're not going to participate and help Karmelo, you are the problem. If you're not going to give money to the family, you are the problem. If you're not going to use your platform, if you're a content creator to talk about how wonderful Karmelo was and how this is not his fault and that he should be free, then you are the problem. Just want to make sure that y'all know what the new rules are for this particular situation. That is still your fault no matter what.
Free rights to defend himself because nobody knows where it would have went after, you know what I mean? After he hit his head, who knows what would have happened after that moment?
Correct. And
it didn't happen, so it doesn't matter. Just believe in Disney fantasies on what coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Let's just believe some shit just because we think we know what would happen, even though we have absolutely no proof that didn't happen. But let's just conjure some shit up in our mind and say it, because then that means that we support Karmelo, and that means we's a good black person, massa. I was a good black person because I go along with what everybody else says, sir.
That's kind of the whole moment of it. He suffers from epilepsy, so he suffers seizures. He also had surgery on his shoulder. He had injured it in football, and so he was recovering from that. They had just cleared him to go back to track and start running. So he had a lot of disadvantages. He was smaller than them. It was two big dudes there and two other dudes that played football, and then they have.
Now that they know the size and the weight of Hunter, now all of a sudden they definitely was being bullied. He definitely was in trouble. He definitely was justified. He definitely did the right thing. He definitely was pushed to the ground. He could have suffered because he had epilepsy. Child, we didn't know one iota or ounce about epilepsy until he got behind bars. Say I'm lying. Did anybody know anything about epilepsy and his medical condition, the issue, before he went to jail? I ain't heard one word about epilepsy until he went to damn jail. Now this could have happened because he got epilepsy. So this could have happened. You don't know. So now you got to go along with that. Now that you know, and he's behind bars, I ain't right. He did the right thing. Because what if he hit his head? You know. No matter what, he hit his head. Oh my God. Lord help your people.
The guys that was around. It was a young man. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was filming the whole thing. That's the one that we see on.
There's a young man filming the whole thing, but I'm not gonna give his name. I know you fucking lying. So there's a whole ass man. Is that Tiffany Billions? There's a whole ass man recording the whole ass thing, but y'all don't want to give up no names. How much black ass sense does that make? How much black ass sense does that make? Yeah, we know, but we ain't gonna tell. And you platforming this man. You're platforming these lies. The real things that YouTube needs to be doing is looking out for bullshit like this instead of sitting up here and suspending us for bullshit. This is the shit that YouTube needs to be taking a look at.
Snapchat of the 2 minutes before that everybody had to
Snapchat, y'all. So as we have said before, anything can be pulled the fuck back up. You think they can't go find some shit from Snapchat?
Still pics of Carmelo sitting and we can see him from behind. That's a whole video. That young man filmed the whole fight. So
you're saying that there's somebody on TikTok?
He's on, I said Snapchat, my bad. On Snapchat, not TikTok. Yeah, so Snapchat.
Snapchat, and he has this stuff online?
Correct. It's been shown all over the place, and a lot of us have
it's been shown. It's all over the place. All of us have seen it. No one took it to the lawyer. Nobody took it to the court. Hell, nobody took it to the parents. But, it's out there on Snapchat. And people are listening to this and believing it. Oh, my
God. The 6-minute video of him showing in the still shots, he has the full video. And also, let's just be honest, a lot of people have seen his full video because it was actually out on Reddit. Some people seen it on their Snapchats. It showed, but it was a disappearing link, and they didn't know to record it.
And listen to me a little bit hard. I'd recommend everybody go watch the full live stream so that you can get that all nice and good. But when you're telling me
I will not
that a guy recorded the whole thing and magically this was on Reddit, this was on Snapchat, and this dude somehow was not able to pick this up, was not able to scoop it and grab it. This didn't blow out of proportion, because you can't tell me something going viral on Reddit would not magically go viral everywhere else. You're losing me just a little bit. It makes me feel as though somebody's lying here, and I can't trust any of these people until they have the balls to say, fuck it, let's all see this in real time. Because you mean to tell me you and your ilk saw this and nobody else? Nobody was paying attention to the Carmelo Anthony developments as they were happening, to the point where nobody except you were able to go on Reddit and you just typing in Carmelo Anthony found everything you needed. You mean to tell me that's 100%? You want me to believe that that's accurate all the way to the nines? I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I can't believe you somehow got on Snapchat and found the video. I can't believe you somehow went on Reddit and found the video. I can't.
So everybody went on Snapchat and Reddit, and everybody saw the video, but nobody told the lawyer to get on Snapchat and Reddit and see the video. And these people are platforming these people. And with that sort of alleged proof, and because Carmelo comes from a two-parent family, and because he saved a kid at some point, and because he was the captain of the football team, the captain of a tennis team, or whatever, and he had a good grade point average, that means that he deserves a break on this murder. But the next one, you can hold him accountable for it. Is that what we're saying? Not we. But is that what the thought process is? Y'all, shout out to Roland Leon. Lord have mercy.
Believe that, because it escapes the realm of possibility and how things go viral online. It's like you want me to believe a story that has too many holes in it, and I'm not supposed to point out the holes. You want me to trust in this, but I can't, because where the fuck were you before? Why wasn't there this amount of people talking about these videos before? Why are we finding out that y'all are willing to do press conferences after the trial? Carmelo needed your help during and before. It maybe could have benefited from a bunch of people.
Because no one is thinking that people are only taking the portions that they can from the actual trial and then making up shit thereafter. These people are not even smart enough to realize that. That's why we didn't hear anything about none of this beforehand, because there was none of this beforehand. And then they got a little whiff of what was going on, and now they just went with their own narratives, especially this nigga. But let's platform him and spread more disinformation to get people all riled up. Now, who really wants to be a part of a race war? Now, who really wants to have a race war? Child.
Blowing up the spot on Reddit, saying the video's on Reddit, tell it to go this way it is. It would have benefited if somebody would have took the video from Reddit and posted it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. It could have benefited. Who knows? But we'll never know, because I guess there was this great party with Austin Metcalf's father looking everybody in the eye and saying, you better not say shit or we coming after you.
And so
yeah, there was that too. Lest we not forget that part, that everybody in this trial was threatened. So everybody's testimony was lies and disinformation or half truths. because everyone was threatened in this case.
Well, it's out there. I know this as well because here in the local area, on the 2nd of April, the 3rd of April, and the 4th of April of last year, we actually saw kids posted on their social media. And so we saw the fight. We saw the incident. They call it the fight, but it was the incident of Carmelo getting jumped.
She's really sitting here listening to this man intently, platforming him, y'all. Child, you colors are something else.
So we saw it until they scrubbed it and took it down. And so a lot of people still have that video. They still have that feed and that footage. It's just that they've gotten threatened. They've gotten all those things. It was actually alleged in court, so I'll say it, that Jeff Metcalf had actually did a whole barbecue for all the witnesses to come to, and that's where he threatened all the parents. And so that's something that we...
So Jeff Metcalf, y'all. So Jeff Metcalf, the racist, brought everybody over to his house for a barbecue, because that's not inappropriate for everybody from the case. But y'all come on over. I'm gonna throw some ribs, some chicken on the grill. We're gonna have some chips and dip. I'm gonna even provide some beer for the kids if you want some, okay? Allegedly. Got them all over there. Then all of a sudden, here come everybody with hoods over their heads saying, you best not say anything or else we're going to come after your ass, okay? This is what we believe to happen in this 2026. And we think that kids will shut the entire fuck up, all them kids. And they got all their stories straight that night. And they all decided what they was going to say when they got to court. Child.
Didn't say it last year. They actually brought it up in court, so I'll say it here.
As this continues, and it seems like every day there's a new version of events that occurs, it just makes me not believe these people. It makes me believe what I said previous in a community post, that none of these people actually were there to help Carmelo, and they wanted him in jail more than the Metcalf family. But let me...
Well, actually, so these are the people that people should be upset with. Instead of trying to blame sassies, they should actually be upset with billionaire Tracy or whatever the hell her name is. These people that didn't give up the tape. These people that didn't give up the information. These people that didn't tell. These people that didn't give Carmelo all the evidence that could have absolved him and helped him. None of that. Don't be mad at none of those people. No. Blame black men. Because when all else fails, just blame a black man and everything will all make sense at the end of the day, because y'all don't do anything wrong. I'm sorry, y'all do everything wrong. You don't do anything right. My bad. You don't do anything right, and no matter what, you're the problem. Even though we just saw that man that's nobody say all this shit. We saw who platformed him. Then there's all these other people, excuse me, sitting up here saying that they're going to crash out and take people out of here and everybody should understand. And that's okay. Child, I can't do this. Let me go over here to BCP, child, because I don't have all night and I was tired. But this is kind of have to do with Stephen A. But it's because Stephen A. Said the other day, which we watched as much as I could stand, that Carmelo actually did what he did, and that's that. Okay. And I think we already knew probably that he was going to try to go into the bushes like Homer Simpson. It says Stephen A. bends the knee to pro-black mob after backlash for declaring Carmelo Anthony a murderer. I'm just using the words today. I don't care. So Jasmine Crockett can go say whatever she wants. No one holds her accountable. Stephen A. says something, and then they got to tell him, you better backtrack that shit. So Jasmine Crockett is on code. Stephen A. Smith is not. Jasmine Crockett is doing what she's supposed to do. Stephen A. Smith is not. Now, Stephen A. Smith ain't shit because he always scared. As much as he claimed he ain't scared, he definitely scared. He don't want to be kicked out of Alpha Phi Alpha or whichever one he in, I guess. But we're supposed to take Jasmine Crockett's word. Child, all these colors can go to hell.
I want you to understand that what I'm about to say, I literally mean it with everything in me.
First of all, you're saying literally. That gets on my nerves. And second of all, this is a LTM, so we don't give a fuck about nothing you have to say.
Stephen A. Smith is a danger to the Black community. Let me say it again. Stephen A. Smith is a danger to the Black community because all he cares about is being controversial, and it's always at the expense of Black people. And I believe that people who are retired from sports should only be allowed to speak on sports, because I truly don't believe that someone like
if you speak on sports, the only thing you can speak on is sports. Listen to this ignorant ass MFer right here. Oh, so because I do finance, I should only talk about finance, and I can't have a brain and do and think about anything else, huh? This is the colored community. This is the colored community. They would listen to this LTM right here. They would listen to this LTM right here because he's going to say the opposite of what Stephen A. Smith says. And you know, at this point, y'all, whatever you feel about Karmelo, that's going to determine whether you Black or not, whether they're going to keep you and accept you, okay? Shout out to Dre. He said, and these people vote. Yes. And they create content and they create false narratives and they need that almighty dollar, which I don't have a problem with, but by any means necessary. But these will be the same people complaining about what billionaires and trillionaires now do and the consumerist and the capitalist and be upset about all that. But they out here spreading false narratives, which actually is the problem that goes against the community more so than people who are at least thinking this doesn't make any sense and having questions. Having a question means you're not Black, y'all. Questioning something means you're not Black. And sassies, you already know, it's always your fault.
A. Smith has the ability to think critically and do deep digging when he's reporting on something. Hence his stance on Carmelo Anthony. The fact that you didn't sit down and understand that the testimonies that were given on behalf of Austin Metcalf were inconsistent, the fact that you keep saying that he should have just fought him when they're twice his size, and their father has shown us openly that he does not like Black folks. The fact that you can see what continues to happen to Black boys and Black men in our nation, where they are being found unalive and nobody can account for what happened to them, and they immediately rule it a self-unaliving. And you thought he should have just sat there and waited for it to happen? The way we see this trial play out, where there is so much inconsistency and this one knows that one, you don't think that they would have done something to that young man and then turned around and told us that he did it to himself? If you want to be a lapdog, do that. But don't bring Black people into conversations that you're not equipped to have.
How about Black people stop bringing in people that they don't need to bring in order to justify their delusional bullshit? Like saying that this is Black men's fault and their responsibility. And if they don't, then they ain't really Black. They ain't part of the community and they need to go on somewhere. They need to get psychiatric help. How about stop pulling shit out of your ass that don't make no damn sense just because you want to paint a narrative? So Stephen A. Smith can't talk about Black even though he's Black. He can only talk about sports because he's a sportscaster. But this nigga, this low testosterone motherfucker on the screen, maybe he should just talk about low testosterone male shit and shut the fuck up. Him and Funky Dineva can go over there. Where? Over there and shut the whole hell up. How about that? But then if we say something like that, and let me take it on the chin. If I say something like that, then that means I'm an obic. Well, let me obic it up, motherfucker, okay? Take your gay ass on. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Stephen A. Smith should only talk about sports. Just because you don't know nothing about sports with your LTM ass, don't mean that you get to talk about Black people and other people can't talk about Black people. I don't know why Black people think that they own Black people and the rest of the Black people can't talk about what they want with regard to Black people. You don't tell us what we can and cannot talk about our own damn race and community. I know y'all think you got some hold on everything, but you don't. This you can't be invited to the cookout. Motherfuckers, I wouldn't come to a cookout of y'all's anyway because the odds are it's going to end in a shooting, and I don't have time for your bullshit. I just hang out in the Caribbean with these Black people because at least I feel safe around them. But no, people of the community will allow him to say whatever he wants to, and Funky Dineva to say whatever the hell it is he wants to, because that's allegedly the narrative that the niggas want to go for. And instead of doing something that's some actual work, some hard work, you just focusing on white people, but then you be the first person talking about how racist white people are, then why the fuck are you so concerned about a fucking racist? As long as they racist over there and you not over here, who gives a fuck what they're doing? I don't. But no, can't look at it like that. You got to shame other black people just because you don't like how they think or what it is that they think, and it don't go along with your narrative. So in other words, your narrative is more important than what we think. What you have to say is more important than what we think. What you think is more important than what we think. What you believe is more important than what we believe in. All of y'all can kiss the entire crack of my ass if that's who you are, including all these content creators who are lying, going right along with the Rolly Clown and the rest of them race grift. There's just race grift in here now on YouTube. Child, I gotta work on changing my algorithm, because I can't do this. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. These are the actual problems with the community. People like him and all them other content creators that's sitting up here platforming this shit. But these are the people that can have the nerve and the audacity to talk about what the hell it is that somebody else says that doesn't go along with their narrative, and then think that they can chastise us, and then turn around and say that they can always. I swear to you, I think in the back of everybody's mind, and the back of everybody, not everybody, but most of these race grifters, at the end of the day, y'all, if we want to get out of it, we'll just say it's black men's fault. And it's a bunch of black men that's going along with it. At the end of the day, the last resort is always to say it's black men. Every single time it's y'all's fault. And it's in everybody's repertoire, y'all. It really is. I can't even believe that I heard these words. I can't even believe that I heard these words. Every single time. Thank you, Dre. He says Stephen A should stick to sports, but they were just crying about shut up and dribble. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. If you're looking for sense with the colored community, it's never going to happen. It's just never going to happen. If it don't make sense, then that makes sense. If it makes sense, then it don't make sense. What's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. That's basically the gist of it. And if you don't believe what the majority believe, then you are the problem. And you have to be a racist, or you love white people, or you're a white supremacist talking white supremacist, whatever other bullshit there is. I'm telling you, these content creators have figured out that grift on the race works. And that's why I'm telling you, y'all, that's why, oh my God. That's why Rolly and the rest of them do it, because it makes them so much money. And now this is what these content creators are doing. I don't want to give these people any credit, but I'm telling you, they had nothing else. So now they can jump on this. Now they can just jump on this. Shout out to RBN in the building. I appreciate you. He said this entire case from the jump was egregious. What Melo's lawyer did was egregious. Why is nobody mad at the lawyer? That is a great point. Why does no one have any vitriol for the lawyer, who's white, mind you? How come nobody is calling his ass out? How come no one is focused on him? They'd rather be focused on Stephen the fuck A. Smith. Why is no one holding the actual person who didn't defend the dude, even though from what I understand he did the best he could with what he had, and there was a plea agreement from what I understand? But why is it that nobody has all this smoke for him, since everybody white is racist, or white people are racist and he's white? How come they're not saying, oh, he what is it called, he threw the case? I'm not saying this is true, but why are they not saying he threw the case because he's white and he's racist too, and he knows Austin's dead, and he knows such and such is this, and he knows the judge, and he knows this person, he knows that? Where's that narrative? I ain't heard it once. Coloreds, Negroes, FBAs, blacks, ebonies, chocolates, Where's that narrative at? Rifters. Where's that narrative? Ain't nobody got to say. I don't even. Why don't we even know? I don't even know the man's name. How come we don't know the man's name? I don't know that man's name at all. That lawyer dude. But they ain't got nothing to say about him at all. They don't have one word, no narrative at all about him. And I've been saying from the beginning, I feel like it was less than 24 full actual hours that he presented on that daggone case. That was weird to me. Nobody else had enough. Mike Howard, is that his name? That don't even sound like a real name. I mean, it's a real name. It's like 2 first names. Mike Howard should be trending, allegedly. No smoke for Mike Howard, the white man. All this smoke for all the black people that don't agree with the stupid narrative, this made up AI shit. And now Stephen A. Smith. Really? The all damn audacity. This shows and proves how ass backwards your colors are. Nothing you do makes any sense. And then can't imagine why black people are at the bottom of everything. Why are we landing at the bottom of lists and sitting at the top of lists all the time? Because of stupid ass thinking. And the fact that these people are allowed, I'm not talking about the content creators, I'm talking about the regulars, are allowed to carry the narrative at this point is ridiculous. These are baby boomers and Generation Xers, old MFers. Shout out to me. Old MFers, mind you. Still allowed to race grift. And people just go along with it. The way his own damn parents failed him was egregious. Why is no one talking about that? Oh, you can't talk about black people. Oh, unless it's Stephen A. Smith. Oh, unless it's Messy Michonne. Oh, if it's any black man. Oh, if it's anybody that doesn't agree with our narrative that he a good boy. He a good boy, and he don't deserve to be in jail. He don't deserve to be in jail. This is racist because everyone colluded. And I'm not saying that people don't collude, but y'all really think that Metcalf had a whole ass barbecue, invited everybody over from the case, and then brought out the and I'm just tossing this part in, brought out all the hooded people and say, y'all better not talk anything against my son. Y'all better throw this case. They really think that all those people. I am exhausted. I am thoroughly exhausted. The way his own damn parents failed him was egregious. This was a very predictable outcome if you know how to write in cursive. I can't even put the blame on the Z's this time. This has got nothing to do with the Z's. They are getting a big ass pass from me tonight. You know I blame a Z in a heartbeat, but they are getting a total pass tonight. This is baby boomer Generation X shit. These are all old people that are wilding. They are fucking wilding. I'm gonna text you back when I'm done with this live stream, RBN. Because what I sent to you is what I was doing and why this live stream is here right now. Don't put anything in the chat about it, but that's why I'm here right now, because of that. Wild. Race grifting is the new thing for content creators. It's the race grift. They're just continuing what the rest of the race grifters are doing, including Willie D. They're just falling right in line with that. That's what makes them money.
You don't have the ability to hang in there with the big dogs. It's okay to just shh.
Boy. So we got to continue our coverage of the fallout from the Carmelo Anthony trial, the verdict, Carmelo Anthony being found guilty of murdering Austin Metcalf and a track meet in cold blood. Now, the pro-blackity blacks are still coping with the reality that Carmelo is guilty of murder and that he's going to be doing at the very least 17 and a half years in prison. Hopefully he does all 35 years. He's left.
Where do people think the young Metcalf is, child? Which one is he? I can't remember. Where do they think minor Metcalf is? Do they think he's just hiding out? Do they think that he's just in the attic laying low? Do people forget that minor is deceased, taken on up out of here, regardless of his size? So now all of a sudden we worrying about people's sizes to make the determination on whether they should go to jail or not, or whether they did something wrong or not. They think he hiding out somewhere. What did they think? He over there in Bali with You know, the rapper child. What is his name? Russell Simmons. They think he over there. Where the hell do they think he at? I'd be so confused.
Eating it more, okay? And part of the code is continuing to make up lies about what happened, despite the fact that all of the evidence was presented at the trial, the video was presented at the trial, but yet race hustlers like Willie D just continue to lie to his audience for money. And at this point, it's almost comical, because it's like, if you don't realize that this guy is lying to you, right, for money, I don't know what to tell you. But then again, you know, we're dealing with people who are very low IQ, right? There's a reason why individuals like Al Sharpton, Ben Crump, the most prominent race hustlers in the country have stayed away from this case. Yeah, they stayed away from it because they know that they don't have a real case. Okay, and you look very, very, very stupid lying about this case and making up what happened in order to defend Karmelo, the defending murderer, simply because he's black. But again, Willie D has decided that he's going to pander to the lowest of IQ black people, and yeah, that's what we're seeing here.
According to reports, Austin was the catalyst.
I'm sure he was watching Lakeisha Keisha or what is it, Tiffany Typhoon, whatever her name, Tiffany Billions.
Because Austin threw the first punch, not push, punch.
Now there's a first punch with absolutely nothing in the first booking photo that shows any injuries. But this nigga's gonna go along with it. But he was trying to combat a lawyer. So what would we expect from a ghetto boy?
People say they watch the video. They say you can see Austin clearly delivering a haymaker to Karmelo. Also, they said Karmelo fell to the ground and he reached back and grabbed a utility knife. You know, it said it's not a knife. It was like a, you know, the multi-purpose device that they have. It has a knife. It'll have a knife, screwdriver, corkscrew, flashlight. It had all of that stuff on it. It was one of those. But they made it seem like he just brought a knife to school.
Now he didn't just bring a knife to school, just like Jazzy said, well, the blade wasn't that long. It was only this long. Now you got this nigga talking about it was a utility that had a bunch of different things on it. It could have been a corkscrew that you use to open a bottle of wine. If it makes you be taken on up out of here, it's considered a weapon. Who is listening to this ignorant ass nigga? Who? You must be from the ghetto if you're listening to this nigga about anything other than last year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and ghetto boys are trick-or-treating. Because other than that, this nigga ain't got nothing to say worth listening to. Imagine getting your information about life from Willie fucking D. Imagine getting your life's information from Willie fucking D. Is he the last remaining ghetto boy? Lord, let me stop. Let me calm down. Mr. Walker in the building, member for 14 months. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the channel members. Appreciate your support. He said, salute, sister. Keep cooking. Hashtag chocolate crevices forever. I got you. Thank you so much, boo. I appreciate you. Always, always, always welcome here. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Listening to this nigga. Goodbye.
Oh, man, they ran with it. Where was the defense? The defense didn't do anything, man. They say the defense probably objected like one time. One time in a murder case? You reject one time in a murder case? Get out of here, man. Come on, family.
Come on, family. Come on, family. Caricature. If caricature don't shut the fuck up, shout out to me for remembering that, Reaper. If caricature don't shut the fuck up.
Come on.
Yeah. So you see that, you heard that. Again, it's just so hilarious to me. And it's kind of sad and it's frustrating at the same time, right? It's all of that at the same time. Again, it's hilarious because Willie D clearly thinks his audience is so stupid that he can literally say anything on his channel of over 1 million followers.
No, you said that wrong, Greg. His audience is stupid. His audience has to be stupid to listen to that nigga just because he said it. When he can't even enunciate and pronounce words correctly. He sound crazy, and he's another one that's starting to grift as well.
Okay, and he's totally fine with putting it out there for the world because he knows that he has a following of low IQ blacks who are just going to eat up anything that he says as long as it agrees with their worldview. Doesn't matter if it's actually grounded in facts and reality. Doesn't matter if there's any evidence behind it to back it up. Doesn't matter. Okay, as long as he's saying what the low IQ blacks want to hear, then hey, it is what it is. Nobody's questioning him. Even though
That's what it is. They just want you to say what they want you. They want you to say what they want. Wait. What did he just say? They want to hear you say the same thing as them. However he just put it. That's the key to this mess right here, which is why these other people are doing the opposite, because people want to hear only enough of the color community support for Karmelo no matter what. He did nothing wrong and he don't deserve to be in jail is what they want to hear. But let me just say, when they want to bring up Cyrus, so by the transitive property, then allegedly y'all should be happy that that Cyrus is out of here. No? Oh, be happy allegedly that Austin is out of here. Karmelo should be free. Cyrus, we're not happy that he's out of here, and Mr. Child should be behind jail. Bueller, I need somebody to make all that make sense for me. I need somebody to make all that make sense for me. I thought Dr. King wanted us to not be judged by the color of our skin. Is that not what he wanted? Because that certainly sounds like that's what the color community is doing now. And if we don't go along with it, then we're not colored and we're white supremacists. And of course, if you're a black man, everything is your fault, no matter what. 3 a.m. Thank you for the membership. I appreciate you, hon. If you did get that membership, please make sure you thank 3 a.m. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Dre with another 5. He said, fun fact, Texas law states no minor can possess any weapon on Texas campus 3-inch or 3 feet. Okay, so then that means and people have been saying that you can't basically have it on school grounds. But forget the actual law, Dre. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know why you think that you want to sit up here and quote what is real when we are clearly basking in the ambience of everything that don't make no damn sense is what the color community chooses to go along with. Because instead of standing up and doing the right thing and following the daggone procedures and policies and holding your politicians accountable and doing whatever needs to be done. If you think that the prosecutor or the DA did something wrong, that you go and get prosecutorial, whatever it's called, and then have them investigated. No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Mr. Child was in jail for 3 daggone years. 3 years before this trial came up. So now they're saying, oh, well, over there with Cyrus, you're not supposed to do something to somebody in their back. That means they're running away. When actually the narrative is that he was pointing a weapon to his son. So that's why he had the SHOT. Here's the funny part about that. That's not really funny. We know that he had a weapon. So it's not far out of the realm of possibility that happened. Hey, there was no witnesses. Do I think they racially profiled that kid? Absolutely. Do I think that they running out looking crazy? Absolutely. Guess what? Y'all should have been not patronizing them damn people. Y'all still be patronizing them people that take advantage of you, treat you like shit, your own daggone community. It ain't got nothing to do with me because somebody treat me like shit once, I'm done. Y'all keep going back to ignorant ass people that be ignorant ass to y'all's asses. I do not. And where I live, praise the Lord, there's no shit like that any daggone way. Praise the Lord. Okay? But hey, Cyrus should be here. I don't disagree. But Child got the best lawyer. Then y'all hating on that lawyer, which again, y'all didn't even know that this was a damn case. And this is from going on 4 years ago. But because you want to have something to come and try to compare two different states, y'all don't even think that far ahead. Different laws in different states. It's crazy the way that y'all don't think. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying.
None of the stuff that he said was presented at trial. The defense didn't present that. The prosecution didn't present that. There's no testimony whatsoever to suggest that Carmelo Anthony was pushed to the ground or that Austin Metcalf delivered a haymaker to Carmelo. None of that happened, right? But according to these people, that happened because random black people, including pedophiles, went and saw the footage and they came out and they said, see, family, they railroading Carmelo. The video is as clear as day. The Metcalf boys tried to jump Carmelo.
Yeah, the same video that's running around with Tiffany Billions on Reddit on Snapchat, but nobody took it to the damn defense.
Fully, even though everybody else who's seen the video has said the video is not that clear. The video does not clearly show what happened. It doesn't clearly show Austin Metcalf being stabbed, or Austin Metcalf attacking Carmelo or jumping Carmelo. It doesn't show any of that stuff. Okay, but again, we live in a world where these people believe unfalsifiable conspiracy theories. That's what we're working with here, an unfalsifiable conspiracy theory. It doesn't matter how much evidence comes out. It doesn't matter if the video comes out. If video comes out and it doesn't show what the pro-blacks wanted to show, what they're going to say is, well, see, that's just a part of conspiracy theory.
Of course, everything is a conspiracy, just like Metcalf bringing everybody over to his house involved with the case, and then everybody gets surrounded talking about, you bet not talk negatively or say nothing against my boy. You bet not say nothing against my boy when the time comes to go to court, because I said so, and I gathered you all here, and I'm telling y'all, your ass is grass. Because that's a believable thing that happens, child.
Right? They're not releasing all the video. There's another video that's clear as day out there, right? That show that Carmelo was being bullied, okay? So, they're going to stick with it. They're going to keep this grift going until it eventually runs its course. Eventually it will. These people are going to realize very quickly.
Now that he just said that, let me talk about bullying for a second, only for a second, because how many times have we heard the stories of kids that were bullied in school, right? And they end up self-deleting, fortunately. We've covered enough of those stories, as much as I could possibly handle. So now, and I don't think that bullying is right in any way, shape, or form. I would never allow it, and I would never I would always be there. I would never allow any of my kids to be bullied. Never, never, ever, no way. But that's just me. So it seems that with all this perfect life that Carmelo had, which it sounds like he had a good life, let's not get it twisted. The one piece that was missing from his life was from his father, because I'm going to go out on the limbs, his father was in his life, is to tell him that you need to be mindful of your actions, because all this could go away in a matter of a second or a moment that you didn't think before you made a decision that changed the trajectory of your life. Had a whole ass stepfather, as y'all know, that told me that. So you try and tell me that his father didn't tell him that? And that if he was having a problem, why wouldn't he come to his dad and tell him, with all these alleged problems that was going on? Why wouldn't you go to your parents, since you have both parents in the home and all this ability and everything? Why wouldn't he come to his parents? I don't know that there was actually a bullying situation going on, but let's just say that it was. That's another thing that happens that the community don't want to talk about either. When somebody is freaking bullying you, what should you do? Where are those conversations at? What are your options? What should you do next? Nothing. Don't want to talk about that. If somebody pushes you, what should you do? Let's not act like this is not 1980s anymore, okay? These MFers, and now I'm talking about Z's, will come out here and take you on up out of here and not have a feeling about it. Say I'm lying. Will not have one feeling about it, and will go and have breakfast and don't give one shit. This could be a problem. This could be a problem. While people are wilding around here saying that it is acceptable to go and take somebody out if they disrespect you, basically, we are not we, child. Y'all are regressing. This is regressing. This is shit I heard back in the day. But this is before everybody had a weapon that they stole or shouldn't have legally, because when people under the age of 18, no one ever questions why they have weapons. That's just something that you're not allowed to ask about. But as soon as a white person goes and does a mass, the first thing that they're going to say is, how did he get the weapon? Now, normally and typically, they've been given the weapon because they teach their kids how to use weapons. Over here on the black side, unfortunately, it's usually a stolen weapon or someone with a felony. And no one ever seems to question why a 13, 14, 15-year-old has a weapon. He live in West Baltimore. What you expect? Well, when you got people raising kids like that, I guess that would be the reason why. Not even trying to teach your kids how to use a weapon properly. Not even taking them for freaking weapon lessons, I shall call it. Not even going out to the range together. It could be a father and son moment or whatever moment. So at least they know how to use it properly. That is what white people do. So maybe that's why y'all don't do it, because that's what white people do. But you pick and choose when you want to do what white people do, and then you want to pick and choose when it's a problem with what white people do. Don't blame that shit on me. You motherfuckers are the ones that are concentrated on what the fuck white people do. You the ones that be concentrating on that instead of be concentrating on what the fuck Negroes need to do in order to improve their own situations. But I know that's just crazy talk, right? You just want to act white, and Jamel wants to look white. So who's right, who's wrong? Kiss my ass with that shit. Shout out to Switchblade. He says, I want to apologize for bullying Kendra G about her hair hat. Child, that's acceptable. Even though I'm pretty sure that she believes the narrative because, you know, she wants to be a part of the culture because she wants to make sure that them women still come over there with her delusional ass self and their delusional ass selves, believing that they're going to get some damn relationship out of that stupid ass show. But I regret. I digress.
That Karmelo is not getting out of jail. Okay. His appeal is not going to work. He's going to serve his time. Okay. So if you're a black person and you actually speak up against this and you actually deal with facts and reality and not push false conspiracy theories, then you're subject to attack, right? There's been a whole lot of backlash against Stephen A. Smith, who had a decent take on Carmelo's situation. And because he had a decent take on a situation involving a black person being the aggressor, okay, being a murderer, of course, he's getting a whole lot of backlash for it. And he has to do his patented walk back, right, tap dance, because of the backlash from the pro-black, which is what Stephen A. always does, right, every single time. And Stephen A. is going to say something here in his interview with Laura Coates that I think is a great example of the Stephen A. walk back happening in real time, because this guy is so afraid of backlash from the pro-black mob. It just makes him look silly. So without further ado, let's get into the Stephen A. walk back here.
Last question, piggybacking right off of that. I don't mind being corrected at all. You know me, I'm open-minded. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I'll correct this, no problem. My position when I first learned about this, because I hadn't been following the case, and I spoke about this Friday, and a lot of people have had comments about it, was simply this.
Yeah. So keep in mind, Stephen A.'s comments on Friday, which were fine, right? His comments that upset the black mob, he hasn't been following the case. So he only started to talk about it because it is going super duper viral, right? The verdict is in, and he just learned about the case, and he learned about the case not from the pro-blackly blacks online, right? He learned about it from actually reading what happened, okay? From credible journalists and credible sources that were covering the trial. And because of that, he had a good take, right? His take was fine on Friday, but because of that, again, he got backlash from the pro-black mob, and now he's going to do the walk back.
My heart goes out to Carmelo Anthony because he's been sentenced to 35 years and isn't eligible for parole before 17 years have been served, unless he's successful on an appeal. His life has been essentially destroyed. But he's still alive.
Correct. His life has been essentially destroyed. And it has nothing to do with anyone except for him and his damn family. That's it. It has nothing to do with anyone else. Well, the Metcalfs, of course, but I'm just talking about for black people. Has nothing to do with black men. Has nothing to do with people who don't go along with the narrative. Has nothing to do with people who don't believe that there's all these tapes out here that no one has sent to the prosecution, no one has sent to the defense, but there's all this evidence out here in the world. Blame them. If you want to feel the need to blame someone, blame them. Blame him for making the decision. Blame his parents for not helping with him with self-control and thinking future, which is something that I say all the time. You have to think about your actions and what they're going to do for your future, downstream impacts, of which when I say it, nobody wants to listen. That's fine. But you got to feel fire in order to know that fire is hot. This is a tough situation in order to learn that lesson in, but hopefully he's learning this damn lesson.
And Austin Metcalf is not. And so as a result of that, my attitude was, look, I don't think the 35-year sentence for a first-time offender at the age of 17 is fair. I think that's a bit too excessive, too egregious, especially when he wasn't judged, in my estimation, by a jury of his peers, even though there's no mandatory racial dynamic or demographic that needs to make up a jury. But the other side to it,
there's no racial makeup, even though there was some minorities on there. They just wasn't the color community. But there were some minorities on there. But, you know, it's only BIPOC when it's convenient. And then when you get BIPOC, it's not convenient. Lest we not forget that part, yeah. Because the black women, because, you know, they running this shit, have said that BIPOCs are acceptable until they stab them in the back. And then all of a sudden, they're not acceptable no more.
His father, when his father was saying, everybody thinks about it as grief. It's grief. He said, you know what it is? It's rage. That's what it is. And essentially what he was saying is that I sent my son to a track meet and he never came home. And you've got to take that into consideration as well. So I don't like the 35-year sentence. And I think that needs to be probed to some degree. But in the same breath, a kid was killed.
Amazing, Stephen A. Amazing. Again, he does his walk back every single time. Every single time, it's the same pattern with Stephen A. He will say something correct. He will be correct in his first take, right? And then the second take, after the backlash, he's now peddling the conspiracy theories from the pro-blacks who have been in his ear. See, fam, what you don't understand is that Karmelo wasn't judged by a jury of his peers. Now, what does that actually mean, Stephen A? Stephen A acknowledges that jury of your peers does not mean that you're entitled to an all-black jury. So what's the problem, Stephen A? The only reason black people or no black people on the jury is because black people could not present themselves as unbiased, right? They're the ones that were going into court talking about, we can't send that brother to prison. He's a baby. We can't put him in prison because he's black. Black people were the one who showed up to court openly racist, right? Showing their racial bias that disqualified them. Okay? So why is it that Stephen A is peddling this talking point that Karmelo wasn't judged by a jury of his peers? If Stephen A acknowledges in the next breath that, hey, yeah, that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the racial makeup of the jury. So again, you got to come up with something, Stephen A. Like, what do you mean that he wasn't judged by a jury of his peers? See, what he's trying to do is that he's throwing a bone to the pro-blacks, right? He's throwing a bone to him. He said, well, see, look, I think there's some problems here, guys. So, you know, my heart goes out to Karmelo. I think that 35 years was too long. He's the first-time offender. Well,
it's the same thing that Stephen A does all damn time. It's the same thing that he does all the damn time. But so I guess the person that said that he needs to stick to sports, I guess he's listening and said, let me carry my ass on back to ESPN. Let me back it on up, because allegedly Stephen A wants to be president. I don't know how anybody think that's going to happen. He don't stand on shit. He would be the worst president in the damn world. You can't kowtow to people just because they disagree with what you think needs to be done. You got to be able to stand up. Stephen A. Smith just might be turning into LTM, honestly. The way he acts and the stuff he says. Slim Daddy, yeah, you all are sassy straights and this is all your fault. Okay? Just letting you know. Because they always come to y'all. It's always up to y'all. You ain't shit. You ain't about shit. You ain't half shit. You ain't gonna do shit. But when shit hits the fan, they looking for your shitty asses to come through. Okay? So if you don't agree with the narrative, there's something wrong with you, and you lose your black card this time. Shout out to Dre. He said, if Daquan shoots Jamal in South Chicago, should the jury be all black? Hashtag jury of peers. They're not concerned with none of that, right? They don't ever come out for none of that. They don't care about none of that. They ain't worrying about none of that. Even though there's plenty more of that that's available to discuss and talk about and have issue with. But nope. It'll be all good. Not worried about it until it's something like this. Got to be a white person in order for colors to pay attention. Ak is on right now. Ak Nation is on right now. And he goes over all of the crime in the black community every single night. And he has, just like us for Crime is Down, no shortage of news stories to do and produce, to show. None. No shortage of none. The only time Stephen A. Smith stands on business is when he wants to flex on another black man that he earns more than. Well, there you go. Well, he could flex on the Anthony's, I guess. But I just want to know why the lawyer is not getting any of this vitriol and smoke. I want to really know how these people can pull It's Black Men's Fault out of their ass. And I want to know if all the new race grifters who are grifting here for content creation because they had nothing else to go to, so they're finding that this is lined in their pockets. I want to know if people are going to start noticing that that's what's going on. They jumping on the same bandwagon as Rolly, Black Cindy Brady, Clown L, all of them. And they finding that it works. As long as you're going along with the narrative and you're saying what the blacks want you to hear, you're going to do good. Me, as usual, I ain't going to do too good because I don't have time to be out here lying to motherfuckers. And I'm not going along with some narrative just because that's what everybody else is doing, because I was taught to not be a fucking Indian, but to be a fucking chief. And someone will say that that's racist. You can kiss my ass. Shout out to Generation X. That's how we did it. And I ain't going to change. Shout out to me. 55 for one full ass day, okay? And I done been on here twice now. I'm taking my ass to bed because tomorrow I will be on the beach in Bimini, and I'm so excited for it. But thank y'all for coming out. Stay sassy, you sassy straights. Even though they blame you, I don't blame y'all, okay? And we will pick this up at maybe not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Maybe not tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe I could do something before we go out, or I'll stream maybe while I'm outside. We shall see. All right. Y'all keep your notifications on. Shout out to y'all that came out. Shout out to Dre. Definitely the stream sponsor tonight. I appreciate you, hun. Shout out to everyone that donated. Shout out to all the mods. I appreciate all of your help. If you're new, please make sure you subscribe. Even if you're coming through, hit the like button for me. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like button for me. I see you. I appreciate you. I see you all in the next one.